throwing us straight into tension, fear, and emotional chaos. At the center of it all is William, who isn't just missing, he's vanished without a trace. This isn't a simple disappearance or a moment of rebellion. It's the culmination of everything he's been struggling with since learning that Jamie Fraser is his biological father. That revelation shattered his identity, and episode by episode, we've watched him unravel, lashing out, especially at Lord John Grey, whose patience and unconditional love have only been met with anger. When Lord John finally reached his breaking point in episode 7, it felt like a shift was coming, and now in episode 8, it clearly has. William is gone, and no one knows where he is. What makes this even more intense is the timing. The looming Battle of King's Mountain draws closer, and the world around these characters is becoming increasingly dangerous. William hasn't disappeared into a peaceful setting. He's walked straight into a war. Young, angry, and emotionally unstable, he's now completely alone in a place where survival is all that matters. The trailer shows Amaranthus visibly shaken, which says everything about how serious the situation is, while the presence of Ben adds another layer of threat. Ben isn't someone who lets things go, and if he realizes William is out there unprotected, it could turn into something far more dangerous. William may think he's running from his problems, but he may not realize those problems could be chasing him. There's also a deeper emotional weight to his disappearance. Up until now, despite the tension, William still had connections: Lord John's steady presence, Amaranthus nearby, and Jamie watching from a distance. But by leaving, he's cut himself off from all of that, including the protection those relationships offered. This isn't just rebellion anymore. It's isolation in a world that's actively hostile. And now, the people who care about him are racing against time to find him before something terrible happens. This situation could finally force Jamie and Lord John into a true alliance. Their relationship has always been layered with history, respect, and complexity, but now they share something even more urgent: a missing son. Lord John can't handle this alone anymore, and Jamie, who has been forced to stay on the sidelines despite knowing the truth, finally has a reason to act. When someone you love is in danger, hesitation disappears. The only question is whether they will search for William together or separately, but the idea of them joining forces feels like the emotional payoff this storyline has been building toward. At the same time, this could become a turning point for William himself. Right now, he sees Jamie as a source of pain and Lord John as someone who betrayed him. But if both men risk everything to find him, that narrative begins to break. It's hard to believe you're unloved when people are searching for you in the middle of a war. This may not just lead to a rescue, but to a reckoning, one where William is forced to confront the truth that he has two fathers who care deeply about him. He isn't cruel, he's hurting, and this journey might finally push him to face that. Beyond William's storyline, Episode 8 is also pushing the larger conflict forward. Jamie is building a militia, stepping back into his role as a leader, someone people trust and follow. There's momentum now, with more people joining his cause, but even with that preparation, knowing what's coming doesn't guarantee control over it. History has its own path, and Jamie is caught between awareness and inevitability. Meanwhile, Claire continues to carry the emotional weight of everything happening around her: grief, fear, and the growing pressure of war. She's always been the steady center, but even she may begin to show cracks under the strain. All of these threads, William's disappearance, the approaching battle, the emotional fractures within the family, are converging at once. And because this is the final season, nothing feels accidental. Every moment, every loss, every decision is building toward the end. William's disappearance doesn't just feel like a plot twist. It feels purposeful, like the story is pulling him towards something significant. The same goes for the losses we've seen, the shifting dynamics, and the pressure on the ridge itself. Everything is slowly being stripped back to reveal what truly matters. That's what makes this episode feel so heavy. It's not just about what's happening now, but what it all means for the end of the story. After everything these characters have endured, war, separation, loss, the question isn't just what happens next, but what kind of ending could possibly do justice to everything they've been through. Episode 8 looks like it will push us closer to that answer, raising the stakes emotionally and narratively at the same time. And if the trailer is anything to go by, it's going to be intense, heartbreaking, and impossible to look away from.